What is up, guys? It's Tom here and welcome to the FIFA 17 career mode transfer budgets video. In this video I will show you all the Premier League clubs transfer budgets, but also all the other clubs from England, from the UK and from the MLS, and I think I will show the Irish League as well. So basically all English speaking clubs will be in this video, so I will show you the Australia transfer budget. So guys, if you appreciate this video, I know that many of you guys don't have the game yet, make sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments below, should I do other big leagues transfer budgets like Spain, Italy, the Bundesliga? Do you want to see each and every club's transfer budgets? Because I'm sure that many of you guys are really looking forward to playing career mode this year. On FIFA 17 career mode is the best it has ever been. Amazing gameplay, really enjoying it. So this video is on the full game, on the FIFA 17 full game. I'm on Xbox One on the early access, so this is completely legit, and now I will show you all the transfer budgets that you need to know. So guys, if you watch this video carefully, you will be able to see probably some of the clubs that you are thinking about maybe starting a career mode team with, and I might also do a video of the top 10 best career mode teams to use and the top 10 best road to glory teams to start career mode with. So if you would be interested to watch a video like that, leave a comment right now. And yeah, let's start with Arsenal. So Arsenal's transfer budget will be 77.1 million. Their club worth is 2 billion pounds, which is amazing, and you can see the board expectations. If you want, you can pause the video at any time and look at each and every club. So Bournemouth transfer budget is 28.4 million. Burnley's transfer budget is 26.3 million. Chelsea's transfer budget will be 84.3 million on career mode. So I think they are the fourth or third highest transfer budget in the Premier League. They are even higher than Arsenal. Crystal Palace 31.8 million. And Everton have 43.6 million, and their club worth is over 700 million pounds. Hull City, one of the lowest transfer budgets, 14.5 million pounds. Leicester City, the English champions, 43.6 million. Liverpool, my favorite club, is 61 million, and their club worth is 1.6 billion. Which is, I think, even more than what they are valued in real life. Manchester City, one of the highest transfer budgets in the whole game, 100 million pounds, and that's on top of all the transfers that they made. The club worth is 1.8 million. Manchester United, they have the highest transfer budgets in the Premier League, even higher than Man City, 102 million pounds, and their club worth is above 3 billion, which is just crazy. I wonder what Real Madrid and Barcelona's club worth is. Middlesbrough, one of the newly promoted sides, 24 million in the transfer budget. Southampton, 42.3 million in the transfer budget. Tottenham, 58.7 million pounds in the transfer budget. Stoke City, 41.9 million, that's also amazing. And Sunderland, 32.3 million as well. And Swansea City, one of my second favorite clubs. I think later on during the season I will do a Swansea City career mode on a live stream on my YouTube channel. That will be a really fun series. I will try to get into the Champions League with Swansea and maybe win the Champions League later on, and of course win the Premier League title as well with them. Should be a good challenge, a good series. 35.4 million. And by the way, I will start my West Ham career mode and my Real Madrid career mode very soon, so stay tuned. I think Real Madrid episode 1 will go up tomorrow. 28 million in the transfer budget for Watford, and West Brom have 29.8 million. And West Ham, who are doing terribly this season, they have a new stadium in the game, and I think it's a really fun career mode to do it with. 53.7 million. I can't wait to show you my signings with West Ham, what I made in tomorrow's episode 1. And yeah, this is the Premier League transfer budget. But now let's move on to the Championship. So we have Aston Villa, who have, you know, almost as good a transfer budget as Hull City, a newly promoted side, and I think that's fair because of the parachute payments that the relegated clubs get from the Premier League. So 19.9 million. Barnsley, on the other hand, look at that, just 1.9 million in the transfer budget. Birmingham City, 2.4 million. Blackburn, 3.1 million in the transfer budget. Brentford, 3 million. Brighton 8.8 million, one of the richest clubs in the Championship. Bristol City 6 million in the transfer budget. Burton Albion, one of the newly promoted sides. It's very good to do a road to glory career mode with Burton Albion, because I think this is the highest that they have ever been in the English Football League. 1.5 million in the transfer budget. Cardiff City 5.2. Derby County 7.9 million. If you want, of course, just pause the screen at any time, pause the video at any time if you want to take a look at the board expectations of each and every club. Fulham 3.7 million in the transfer budget. Huddersfield 2.8 million. Ipswich Town 2.8 million as well. Leeds United, one of the sleeping giants of English football, 4 million pounds. Newcastle United, the highest transfer budget in the Championship, and to be fair, they already made a lot of transfers and I think they will get promoted. 25 million in the transfer budget. Norwich City 14 million. So the three clubs that got relegated from the Premier League, of course, have the highest transfer budget. Nottingham Forest, they are the only club who actually won the Champions League more than the league title in England. I mean the Premier League title, the first English first division. Can you believe that, guys? Fun fact. So for 3.4 million, I would love to do a Nottingham Forest career mode as well later on during the season. They are a really fun road to glory team to do it with rich history. And yeah, Preston North End 2.2 million in the transfer budget. Queen's Park Rangers 4.5 million in the transfer budget. Reading 3.4 million in the transfer budget. Rotherham 2 million. Sheffield Wednesday 6.6 million. Wow, I am actually surprised how much money they have. The Wigan Athletic, one of the newly promoted sides from League One, 3.3 million, and Wolverhampton Wanderers 5.3 million in the transfer budget. So let's move on to League One, and actually one of my favorite clubs in League One is AFC Wimbledon. If you know a bit about them, you know that they have been robbed of their name. MK Dons got their stadium and everything, but the fans made the club again, and they got through the Football League, and now they are in League One, and they are doing for AFC Wimbledon. Bolton, who got relegated from the Championship, 1.9 million. Bradford City 2.1 million. Bristol Rovers 1.9 million. Bury 1.2 million. Charlton 2.3 million. Chesterfield 1.3 million. Coventry City 2.3 million in the transfer budget. Fleetwood Town 1.7 million. Gillingham 1.5 million. Millwall 2.3 million. I mean, Millwall, another big club who really should be maybe in the Championship or in the Premier League. MK Dons 2.1 million. Really looking forward to the Wimbledon MK Dons derbies in League One. Northampton Town, I have a soft spot for Northampton. One of my best friends lives there and supports them, and actually they have been brilliant last season. They got promoted from the League 2 and they are now in League 1. They are actually doing really well. They are in the promotion places, so I really hope that they can come up to the Championship. That would be an amazing ride for Northampton, a small town in England. Oldham Athletic 1.2 million. Oxford United 1.2 million. Peterborough 1.7 million. Port Vale 1.2 million. Rochdale 1.2 million as well. Scunthorpe United 1.7 million, and Sheffield United 2.8 million in the transfer budget. Shrewsbury 1.2 million, and Southampton United 1.2 million, and Swindon Town 1.4 million in the transfer budget. Walsall 1.5 million almost. And yeah, that's Football League 1. And now for Football League 2, now you get a transfer budget of less than 1,800,000 for Accrington Stanley, Barnet 900,000, Blackpool almost $1 million in the transfer budget, Cambridge United also almost $1 million in the transfer budget, Carlisle United just like them. These are very similar transfer budgets. Cheltenham Town. These are the ultimate road to glory career mode teams. Colchester 1 million. If you start a road to glory from the English League 2, and I used to do this on every FIFA before I started making YouTube videos, it's an amazing feeling to get a League 2 club to the Premier League and compete there. And actually, on my live streams, I might do a really classic road to glory with one of these teams. Crewe Alexandra could be could be one of those clubs. They have a really awesome club badge. I really like that. Doncaster 1 million. So yeah, these Exeter City, these are very similar transfer budget, close to 1 million. Grimsby Town, Hartlepool, Leyton Orient, Luton Town, and Mansfield Town as well, close to 1 million. Morecambe, the Shrimps as they are called, they have been out of the Football League all their lives. I think they got promoted like 3 or 4 seasons ago to the Football League. I really love their badge, to be honest. Newport County also very close to 1,900,000. Notts County 1.2 million as well. And Plymouth Argyle 1 million in the transfer budget. And Portsmouth, a pretty big club, they have their own stadium, Fratton Park, 1.5 million. Stevenage 900,000. Wycombe Wanderers 1 million in the transfer budget. Yeovil Town and Accrington Stanley. Yeah, so now let's move on to another country. So now let's take a look at the Scottish transfer budget, so the Scottish Premier League. And now that Rangers are back, I think the Scottish Premier League is again a very attractive proposition in terms of career modes to do. Aberdeen 2.8 million in the transfer budget, Celtic 10.7 million. I think this shows that it's quite realistic how EA are setting the transfer budget. Celtic have similar transfer budgets to English Championship clubs, and to be honest, the level of players that they can attract is matching that, maybe a little bit higher. And they are still, I think, in my eyes, Celtic are still a huge club. It's just such a shame that Scottish football is not as attractive as it used to be for advertisers, and that's why, you know, money is not that much in Scottish football. Dundee FC 1.8 million in the transfer budget, Hamilton 1.2 million, Hearts 2.7 million. I always loved their badge. I used to do a Hearts career mode on like FIFA 2007 or something. Inverness Caledonian Thistle 1.4 million, Kilmarnock 1.8 million, Motherwell 1.9 million in the transfer budget, Patrick Thistle 1.4 million, and the Rangers 9 million. They actually have similar transfer budgets to Celtic, which is very interesting. It's just a shame that Celtic Park is not on FIFA 17. EA really should include that iconic stadium. Ross County. It could be a really awesome road to glory to do a Ross County career mode, because they are, you know, one of the smallest clubs in the Scottish Premier League, and to qualify them to the Champions League and compete against Barcelona or Real Madrid would be awesome. 1.5 million, St Johnstone 1.5 million as well. And yeah, this was the Scottish Premier League. So now let's move over to the MLS and let's show you the MLS transfer budgets, and they are actually pretty good. I'm actually pretty impressed. The MLS has come a long way in the last 10 years. Chicago Fire 11.9 million, Colorado Rapids 12.4 million, Columbus Crew 11.5 million, DC United 11.2 million, FC Dallas 11 million in the MLS, Houston Dynamo 12 million, LA Galaxy, the richest club I think in the MLS, 70 million. Do they have the highest transfer budget? We will find out very soon. To look at the other teams, Montreal Impact 12.5 million, New England 11.6 million in the transfer budget, New York City Red Bulls 14.5 million, New York City FC 16.2 million, almost as rich as the LA Galaxy, but not quite there. Orlando City 13.7 million. Their badge is also awesome. Ricardo Kaká is playing for them. Philadelphia Union 12 million in the transfer budget. Portland Timbers 12.2 million in the transfer budget. Real Salt Lake, I think they are one of the new clubs in the MLS, 12 million. Of course, New York City is also quite new. New York City FC, I mean, not the Red Bulls. So San Jose Earthquakes 11.4 million in the transfer budget. Seattle Sounders, who have their own stadium on FIFA 17, 15.3 million, and Sporting Kansas City 13.1 million, and Toronto FC, a club from Canada, 15.7 million, and Vancouver Whitecaps, they are also from Canada. One of my good friends, Louis, is living there, 11.7 million. And yeah, that's I think all the clubs from the United States. So yeah, let's go over to the Australian Hyundai A-League. And we have Adelaide United, 2.5 million. The Australian A-League is of course not the richest, so you can see a drop in the transfer budget. They are similar to English third division clubs. Brisbane Roar for 3.1 million. I actually watched quite a few Australian A-League matches and they are being a pretty good quality. The atmosphere is pretty cracking and the football is actually pretty decent. Centre Coast Mariners, 1.7 million. Melbourne Victory, 3.9 million. Melbourne City, one of the, I think, one of the twin clubs of Manchester City, just like New York City FC in the MLS. Melbourne City have 3.7 million in the transfer budget. Newcastle Jets, 2 million. Perth Glory, 2.6 million in the transfer budget. Sydney FC, 3.4 million. Wellington Phoenix, 1.4 million, very interesting. And Wellington Wanderers, or Western Sydney Wanderers, I apologize, 2.9 million in the transfer budget. And this was Australia. And finally we are taking a look at the Republic of Ireland League, the Artricity League, which is the Irish League, the Irish First Division. Of course they have pretty poor clubs here in terms of quality on FIFA and in the transfer budgets, but actually one of their clubs did really well and reached the Europa League group stage, so I'm really looking forward to watching them. Bohemian FC have 500k in the transfer budget. Brave Wanderers also 500k. Cork City almost 700k, Derry City 567,000, Dundalk, this is the club I think who reached the Europa League, and they all actually almost made the Champions League. They actually almost won against Legia Warsaw away from home, but at home they lost I think 2-0 or 1-0. Dundalk, hats off to them, and they have 880,000 in the transfer budget. Finn Harps, almost 500k in the transfer budget. Galway United, and I actually have been to Galway in Ireland when I was there. Really awesome place, really beautiful. I love Ireland. Longford Town, half a star team, that's a little bit harsh, 470k. Shamrock Rovers, another pretty big club in Ireland, 660k. Sligo Rovers, 560k. And St. Patrick's is 600k in the transfer budget. And Wexford Youths FC, I think they are a newly promoted side in the Irish League. I can't remember them being on previous FIFAs, but of course correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. 450k. And yeah, this was all the English speaking clubs transfer budget. So we have taken a look at the Premier League, the Championship, English League 1, League 2, the MLS in the United States, also the A-League in Australia, and the Artricity League in the Republic of Ireland. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like button, and I will be back tomorrow with the journey, Liverpool career mode, Real Madrid career mode, West Ham career mode, all sorts of awesome stuff coming to my channel. So stay tuned guys, thanks for watching, see you later, goodbye!